Hello, welcome to my channel Life and Literature with Tanushree. I think you all are safe and fine in this crucial period. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you are enjoying my channel. So today's topic is for West Bengal School Service Commission students and it is only about English, PGT, TGT. Okay, and it will be helpful also for master degree in English, for graduation in English of some universities. So today's topic is Loving in Truth poem written by Sir Philip Sidney. So before starting this poem, we are going to know about something of Philip Sidney. So who was he? Sir Philip Sidney was born in 1554 and was died in 1586. He was a famous person. He was an English poet, courtier, scholar and soldier who is remembered as one of the most prominent figure of the which age? Dash age. Okay, I'm giving you a little homework that you have to find it out from which age Sir Philip Sidney was belonging to. I'm giving you two options. One is Elizabethan age and another one is Victorian age. So please friends, write down in the comment section from which age Philip Sidney was belonging to. Okay, and his works include Astrophel and Stella, The Defense of Poesy, and there are so many famous works of him. Okay, so this was Sir Philip Sidney, and before starting to read the poem, we have to know about the theme of this poem. So in the title itself, Loving in Truth, you can understood the feeling of Sir Philip Sidney. His love is about truth. His love for his beloved was truth. So Loving in Truth is a love sonnet by Sir Philip Sidney. It appears as sonnet number 1 in the collection of Astrophel and Stella. And this is a series of 108 sonnet. Okay, 108 sonnet. This is a series of 108 sonnet, and this one, Loving in Truth, is the first sonnet, okay, in this collection. So this poem expresses Philip Sidney's passionate love for his lady love. So who was his lady love? The name of the lady love is Penelope Devereux. Penelope, Penelope Devereux, Devereux. Please write down in comment section the name of his lady love. Okay, so again I'm repeating, Penelope, Penelope, Devereux, Devereux. Okay, this name was his lady love's name. So Loving in Truth also gives us the insight that the true poetic inspiration comes from the heart. So what Sidney thinks, that true poetic inspiration only comes from the soul or from the heart, because it is true feelings of love that inspires us to write poetry. Poetry is not of everyone's business. Yes, to write a poetry is not a thing of everyone's business. Yes, so for that reason Philip Sidney was telling in this way. So what is the theme of this poem? Loving in Truth is a love poem. We can understand it that it is a love poem. In this poem, Sidney wants to show his love for his beloved. Okay, in every diction, in every verse, he is trying to show his passionate love for her. But he doesn't have suitable lines to portray his love. So he looks at other poets, but in vain. Inspiration doesn't come from outside. Yes or no? Suppose, students, you have fallen in love with some girl or some boy. So now you are trying to write a poetry. And if you are copying from your friends, it will exist or not? No, it will not exist, because your love is your love, totally unique from another one. Okay, so that he was in vain, and it is the product of inner talent and discovery. So it is vain to depend on others. True poetry comes from within heart. Okay, not from the outside. So I think, student, you have understood the background of the story, the theme of the story, not background, the theme of the story, not the theme of the poem. Yes, now I'm starting to read the poem. I think you have already downloaded or you have the book with you, so please repeat it with me. Loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show. So loving in truth and fain in words my love to show, that she, dear she, might take some pleasure of my pain. Pleasure might cause her dread, reading might make her know, knowledge might pity win, and pity grace obtain. I sought fit words to paint the blackest face of woe, studying inventions fine, her wits to entertain, oft turning others' lips to see if hence would flow some fresh and fruitful showers upon my sunburnt brain. But words came halting forth, wanting invention's stay. Invention, nature's child, fled, step dim, studies blow. And others' feet still seemed but strangers in my way, thus great with child to speak, and helpless in my throes. Beating my truant pain, beating myself for spite. Full, said my muse to me, look in thy heart and write. So this was the poem, and in my next video I will explain the full poem, because this is becoming too long, no, so that I'm not giving it in one video. Okay students, so till then please try to understand the topic, try to comment the things, try to do your little homework, and please show me. Okay students, so thank you very much. Like, share and subscribe my channel if you are enjoying this, and don't forget to give me suggestions.